Let me get the chat up TikTok. I know we are live and well. How are we all doing? Welcome, welcome. We are going to be doing a wrestling Q&A today. Going through some wrestling questions. Any chat that we want to talk about regarding the world of wrestling. Yes. Ethan, how are we doing, mate? Hopefully you're doing good. What is going on? Yes, indeed. How are we doing, mate? Hopefully you're all doing good too. Sam, what's going on, mate? Hopefully you're doing well as well. But yeah, we're going to be going down, doing a bit of a wrestling chat today. There's plenty of stuff that we can talk about, I'd say, over the past week. Now, the title over on YouTube is WWE starting to come back? YouTube, if you are watching on demand, go down below, go and drop a subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated as well. And if you're around here, drop us a follow. But yeah, that's going to be the talk point today. Is WWE starting to become on the incline? Meaning, is it starting to get a little bit better? Because the end of the Raw had a massive talk point for me with Solo, Spike, and Roman. CM Punk and Kevin Owens are absolutely cooking. Cody and Randy is being announced for Sunday night's main event. Open and Braun Breaker, another staple match, is also on Sunday night's main event. So over the past couple of weeks, in hindsight, things look like they're on the way up. Let's get through some of your questions. Right, let's go to the very top. Sam21's put, what do you think they will do with Solo in the future? I feel like they're going to use Solo to build towards that LA Knight feud between LA Knight and Roman. They could potentially add them in the War Games match. So they could do Solo versus Roman before the LA Knight versus Roman match, and then have LA Knight and Solo join the forces, try and build a faction to go into War Games. Liam is poor. Hello, Liam. How are we doing, mate? Do you think Fatu will leave the Bloodline? Yes. When? I don't know. Because we've still got War Games to come around, Survivor Series in November, which I do feel like, again, will be another match that will heavily favour the Bloodline going into that match, meaning that there's already an absolute faction set up there. So don't think it'll be before November. They could do it going into Royal Rumble season. But again, I feel like we're talking about the whole Bloodline storyline regarding like Jacob turning on Roman. I haven't really got much interest in that anymore because I feel like we've seen it so many times. Rico's poor. Yes, there's finally new faces being promoted on both brands. Good point. Great point. I still think there needs to be some improvement, but definitely in SmackDown. For me anyway, SmackDown's definitely got my heart at the moment. Because there's so many matches and dream matches of mine that I want to see. CM Punk and Kevin Owens are killing it for me so far. The most intrigued I've been into a feud for a while. In the whole WWE landscape of things. Then you've got Finn Balor versus Gunther, which also has just been teased, which is another dream feud of mine. Guys, keep on tapping that screen. If you can get to a K likes as quick as possible, it'd be greatly appreciated. Keep on tapping that screen. Thank you. England fan sport, your thoughts on being a world champion? On LA being a world champion. I was going to say me, a little bit too early down the road, but LA Knight being world champion, I feel like the chase would be better than the actual destination. And that's nothing against LA Knight. But if you said to me, once LA Knight gets the belt, there's no real dream matches of mine anyway that I can think of for LA Knight having, or any dream feuds. I just think the chase will be so much better than the actual outcome itself. JP, how are we doing, JP96? It's but for sure, I think this Nakamura faction will push SmackDown even further. Great point. Again, Nakamura teasing this new faction of his, potentially debuting on SmackDown in the next couple of weeks or so. Retro Sport, it's going to be one step forward, 3 steps back. Do you mean with the Bloodline storyline? Let me know. Because I can probably see where you're coming from to some extent with the Bloodline storyline regarding that. Hello, Jerry. How are we doing? Hopefully you're doing good. Miles Monroe, how are we doing? Hopefully you're doing good too. Hello. How are we doing? James17 Sport, I know this sounds weird, but what if they end up doing the Usos and LA Knight versus Roman, Solo, and Jacob? They could do that, but I've just got a feeling they're going to do the Bloodline taking on Solo, LA Knight, probably Royce Keys, because he's still got that feud with Jacob that hasn't been resolved, because he just got obliterated on that episode of Raw. And I'm missing one more person. Comment down below, guys, who are we going to go for then? Missing one more person there. That's the Bloodline taking on LA Knight, Keys, Solo at Survivor Series. We need one more person. How are we doing, Scott? Hopefully you're doing well. Hello. Adam, what's going on too? When is it? When's what? Let me know. Riley. Amy's put CM Punk and Kevin Owens is the only reason why I'm still watching WWE. It's a great point. I mean, for me, Amy, so far, this feud's absolutely cooked between Kevin Owens and CM Punk. It's been so good. The promos, even like you feel a tension. And for me, that's why I love like Kevin Owens and CM Punk as two separate wrestlers. So putting them together in a feud, they're literally like my 1 and 2. So putting together in a feud for me, I was always bound to love. But they make wrestling feel real. I know I say it like every single live, but they make wrestling feel real. The Sunday night main event is on the 6th of September, I'm pretty sure, so a couple of weeks off. Brando, how are we doing? Hopefully doing well, Brando. Brando's poor. Who from the women's roster do you see being a world champion in the next couple of years? I'm guessing you want me to go for like someone that's a bit of an outsider. I'm going to say Roxanne. And I think Roxanne will be the person to take the title off Liv. So that is a little bit early around the corner. But I don't really know who else is going to be women's Money in the Bank winner. And I feel like it makes sense for him to go for Roxanne. Have her keep hold of that Money in the Bank for probably like a year. And then have a cash in on Liv at like SummerSlam next year. That's the route I feel like they're going to go down. Callum, I'd love it to be Lara. But unfortunately, mate, she can't buy a win at the moment. Over on Raw, yeah, she did just lose to Sol Ruka for the #1 contender for the IC title. DJ's Port, do you think Gunther will retire Kevin Owens? Ooh. I sound like an owl. Yes, I do. I do. Because Gunther will still be on the main roster. I feel like that's probably the perfect retirement for Kevin Owens as well. An absolute banger of a match that them two could put on. A feud that I think Kevin Owens would well and truly sink his teeth into. Yeah, I'd really like that, actually. I'd really like that. Oba will be the one. Oh, okay. To dethrone Kevin, maybe. To retire, potentially. DJ's book, because of his neck surgery, he'll take advantage of it. Exactly. They could play so much into the Kevin Owens injury. Yeah, 100%. He could work into doing all the network, that sounds a bit mad. Net sort of work a little bit around different stuff regarding Kevin's neck. I think it'd be sick. Charlie, if you don't like him, mate, do one. Simple as that. Who else we got here in the chat? Blake Monroe will be done. Blake Monroe will be cool to win Money in the Bank. Yes, they could do. But again, she hasn't really debuted much on SmackDown, or hasn't really had much time on SmackDown either, which is a little bit of a shame. Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. I think that will happen. I show Messi, what a name that is. I think that will happen at either. Yeah, I think it's going to happen Money in the Bank. Because then, the reason I feel like it's going to happen at Money in the Bank, I was going to say Survivor Series, but I think Roman will be busy with the whole War Games stuff between, yeah, that faction that I've just listed before, between like Solo, LA, Keys, and somebody else. Best wrestler this year? Footy fan, great question. I'm going to go, best wrestler this year. I'm going to go for Chad Gable. Now, he's already put on 2 Match of the Year contenders that you could argue for. You could have the AAA El Grande Americano match in there. You could have the Ray versus Chad Gable match that just happened on Raw. Will probably be Match of the Year on Raw full stop this year. Because it'll be very, very hard to beat that. And the Penta match was quite fun at SummerSlam. So you could do Chad Gable. Guys, let me know, actually. That's a great question. Who is your wrestler of the year so far? I feel like Chad Gable's a pretty solid shout. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know. Penta could also be up there as well. Do you think Brock, will get put in the Hall of Fame, DJ's Paul? Yes, I think that's next year for WrestleMania 43. I feel like, yeah, he will get put into the Hall of Fame. It's pretty much a dead set, I feel like, anyway. I was going to say Chad, Callum's gone for. That match on Raw was great. It was, wasn't it, Brando? Javon Evans, DJ, that's a good point. It's a great shout, actually, Javon. I mean, when it comes to like underrated bangers on a week-to-week, he always seems to show up, but I wouldn't probably put him as the best wrestler of the year for me. Hello, Dode, how we doing? CM Punk's a good shout too. I thought the Punk and Cody match was a little bit of a letdown for me. Oba Femi. I'm quite surprised no one said Oba. I think Oba's a great shout. Yeah, Oba could definitely be up there. People are feeling Penta as well. Mike has put Penta as well. In fact, Punk, yeah, we could do Punk. When are we seeing when are we seeing Drew next? Murray's gone for. Probably post Survivor Series, my predictions are. I'm going to say post Survivor Series. Because, yeah, he's still got movies to film. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done in that department. And I feel like a Drew return around that time will be quite nice. Because that's when I feel like some of the brands may potentially need a bit of a shake-up. What is your top 5 wrestlers of all time? Amy's gone for. My top 5 wrestlers of all time. I'm going to go from my viewpoint. So, basically, since I've been watching wrestling and who I've enjoyed the most, or the 5 I've enjoyed the most, I'm going to go for CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Otis, again, people know. If you know, you know. Gunther and AJ. That's what I'm going to go for. Yeah. Geeky, thank you so much for the follow. Guys, if you're new around here, drop us a follow. You get an instant follow back. Daily WWE, daily wrestling lives every single day. We upload every single day on this channel as well. Also, really cool video coming out tonight. WrestleVids to Wrestler, episode 6 is dropping tonight. You're probably wondering, what are all these mad bruises and battle scars on my arms? Because we are training to become a professional wrestler. So if you're new around here, drop us a follow. You get into follow back and stay tuned for that video. We're actually still going to wrestling training tonight as well. Hence why the live is a little bit earlier than usual. And we're having that top 5. You know what, Brando? Fair enough, because wrestling is subjective. And everybody has their opinion. But yeah, for me, Otis has got to be in there, mate. If Otis isn't in your top 5, that needs sorting out. That definitely needs sorting out. Seth Rollins, predictive text, do my head in. Geeky's gone for, do you have LA Knight taking the title from Roman? Unfortunately, no. I feel like that LA Knight will take the belt off. I can't see it. No, honestly, I'm trying to think of a logical way that they could do it, but there isn't really one for me. I think O was the man to take the belt off them. Top females. Okay, you want my top 5 females of all time? Rhea, Io, Charlotte, Becky. Here's a rogue one for you. Ember Moon. I thought Ember Moon was sick. Like, watching Ember Moon in ring, that Eclipse finisher was class. So, shout out to Ember Moon. Favourite AEW wrestler? Currently at the moment, Will Ospreay. And shout out to Lucy Sky as well. Put Lucy in there. What a coach she is. Unbelievable coach. I really want Fatu versus KO, but I can't see it anytime soon. Yeah, that feud would go off, wouldn't it? They also teased Jacob versus Bron Breakker, like, earlier this year on Raw, but they didn't do it. I'd absolutely love it. I would absolutely love that feud. It goes so well. So well. Oba versus Braun. Who wins? Christian. Great question. Nobody, in my opinion. I think that'll probably go to a DQ. And they'll probably hold off doing that match for a little bit longer. Actually, could we see a return of Bronson Reed? Chat, yes or no, during that match. And if you've seen some of my recent videos of the Bronson Reed transformation, will Bronson Reed show up in that match? I've only just thought about that. They could definitely do it. And then that takes Oba's attention somewhere else then, away from Bron Breakker. And then he can do that match later in the future between Bron and Oba properly, where we get a definitive winner. Maybe Steven's gone for yes, he's been getting buff recently. He has indeed. Amy's gone for yes. Hunter's gone for yes. No Liv. Oh my god, WrestleVids. Yeah, Liv's in there. Rhea, Io, Liv, Ember Moon, Lucy Sky. Bang, there you go. Lucy Sky is amazing. She is Emma. She's absolutely... Amy, sorry. She is absolutely class. One of the best coaches in the game. Yeah. She made... Honestly, Amy, she hit me with the naughtiest clothesline yesterday. I mean, like, she took my head clean off. Thought I had a heart attack midway through it. Yeah, it was so good, though. Have you dementia the pics of him? Not Tiffy. Oh, my God. Yeah, Flaky Jake. That's a great shout. I won't have to change it again, then. It's Rhea... Liv, Tiffy, if you know, you know, Lucy, and Becky Lynch. That final one could change. Do a top 10. Yeah, we'll do a top 100. Why not? Bronson Reed return for Money in Bank and win it. Isaac, that's not a bad shout. I mean, it definitely had a new revitalization. What a word that is, of the vision. And Bronson Reed, to be fair, has still got a shout to challenge Roman Reigns when you think about it, because he was the last man to pin him, wasn't he? At Clash in Paris. He got the win over Roman there. Tiffy and WrestleVids marriage, when? Never. She's got a boyfriend. But we had a great night. What else we got here? It's Tiffy time, it is indeed. It isn't me who hates Logan Paul, though. Stephen, I don't mind Logan Paul. I mean, that's probably a little bit of a hot take. I don't mind Logan Paul as an in-ring wrestler. Let's just leave it at that. For me, I feel like Logan Paul... I think the world of wrestling suits Logan Paul really well. Like, you've seen him go into boxing earlier in his career. I feel like wrestling gets to show his athleticism more, gets to show his charisma more. And I'm not being funny, a lot of people don't really like him. So he can be a forever heel, really. Hear me out, triple threat, Oba versus Bron Breakker versus Reed. Yeah, they could do that. They could definitely do that. I mean, they could do the whole Vision triple threat eventually, because my God, does that need breaking up after a while. Logan Paul, the John Cena match was great. It was just a fun match, wasn't it? Hunter's Port. Can you Google a rule of Hunter? What's the what can I come up with? Okay, right. I'll Google that once this live's done. I'll definitely Google that once this time's up. Who's the best wrestler right now? Yes, Roo. How we doing, Roo, mate? Hopefully you're doing good. Are you going to the match on Saturday? Let me know. Who's the best wrestler right now? For me, mate, I don't really know if you watch much of wrestling. But if you do, or you still like sort of, if you watched it as a kid, so far, I'd probably say that the wrestlers that are making it feel most real at the moment is CM Punk and Kevin Owens. So if you want to go and check out their feud on SmackDown at the moment, there's so much sort of inside detail between the two. So I'll probably say either CM Punk or Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens literally just came back from injury too. Most people will probably say Roman Reigns, because he's had the belt for ages and he's probably the most established name. But yeah, they still about, yeah, mate, yeah, Rue, honestly, mate, they're still kicking. Randy Orton's still going, CM Punk, Kevin Owens, Roman's still going, Seth Rollins is still going, all the names are in it. Saying that though, mate, we did have like 3 big retirements in like the past year or so. Obviously, John Cena retired in December. We had Brock Lesnar retire at SummerSlam a couple of weeks back. We had AJ Styles retire. And Rey Mysterio's coming to the end of his days, unfortunately. Same with Randy Orton as well. Shaw Alexis put, do not in the tournament is a Dom in the tournament is not a bad thing. Maybe. I mean, he probably should have got out of it though, shouldn't he, really? I mean, actually deep here. That's mad, that, mate. Rue, honestly, mate, they're all still alive and kicking. Most of them on the last legs, but you know what? We move, mate. We absolutely move. Nostalgia is a powerful thing. Also, though, mate, if you haven't already, go and check out a fella by the name of Obafemi. He's just beat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. But go and check out that match at WrestleMania. He is absolutely massive, mate, and he manhandles Brock Lesnar like a child. When will R-Truth retire? Nay, I don't think I'm ready for that day, Hunter. I mean, that's everybody's goal, really, isn't it? R-Truth, what a boy. Yes, John, how are we doing, mate? Hopefully you're doing good, too. Are you going to Rev Pro next Saturday? Well, Amy, that was the plan. I was actually speaking to Lucy about it yesterday, because obviously she's just been announced for having a match there, which is sick. So the plan was to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Looks like I can only do the Sunday at the moment, but that was the plan, because that card looks absolutely stacked. I will be, though, if you are in the Liverpool area, going to the Infinite show on Saturday, which I'm really looking forward to. If you can get yourself down there in Liverpool, Infinite Promotions, I've got a show on. So many names on that card. If you know Trent Seven, former WWE, Trent Seven, that is, he'll be live there too. I'll be there. They'll be absolutely loving it. So many huge names on that show. My God, is that going to be a busy day, because I'm going to be straight off the Crystal Palace Everton game. Straight to that show. I don't really get why this is lagging. This live's lagging, which is not the one. Let me double check everything's still going. Ooh, that's not good. Why is the stream lagging? I do apologise, YouTube. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Right, we're back. I do apologise. That's not ideal. Yes, there we go. There we go. Ledge, how we doing? Hopefully doing good. I go kickboxing today, 6 till 7, and then I go to Little. That's a great day, that, Hunter. A great day. Why? Oh, that's really annoying, because we had some decent viewers in here before, but now the live is lagging. But we're okay. We're back. We're back, guys. Can we keep on tapping our like and like that live up? It'd be greatly appreciated. If we can get to 1.5k likes as quick as possible, it'd be greatly appreciated. So YouTube, if you are watching on demand, go down below. Go and drop a little like as well. Love Liv Morgan. She's getting really sly recently. I can't lie. I love Liv, but it's boring now with Dom. Yeah, that's the thing. I think with Liv Morgan, the big thing for me was the fact that she didn't defend the belt for like 100 days. Which there was no real excuse, to be fair, was there really? No real excuse. Liv should have been defending that a hell of a lot more consistently over the past, 3-4 months. Yeah, which is a massive shame. It is a massive shame. But yeah, guys, keep on dropping your wrestling questions and thoughts down below. Like I said, plenty of talk points over the past week or so. Donna's put, where did I get my WWE Everton belt from? Donna, drop me a DM straight after this live stream. I actually got this custom made. So yeah, I got a custom made by Belt Designer. Because we're not good enough, really, are we? To actually have an official one. So I had to get this. The actual design itself too. I designed that sort of design itself, and the guy who actually designed the belt for me is now just gone with this design because he really likes it. So yeah, drops a DM and I'll send you all over the information. I know, but people blame her like it's her fault, but it's the company's. Yeah, true, to be fair. I know Liv's been under some scrutiny over the past couple of months or so because of sort of outside views outside of the wrestling ring, which I don't really get. Like, just sort of let her be her. Yeah, so I'll never understand that. How people, like, how wrestling fans have a go at wrestlers for what they do outside of a ring, as long as they're not like offending anybody to massive extents. And yeah, I don't know. You've made the vid about it. What did I think of the Neon and Penta situation James has put? Okay, right. I've gone over this a couple of times, James, and I did see this has probably came to light a little bit more over the Neon and Tiffany Stratton stream. So I'll go over it again, but I'll make it nice and quick, James. I just still wasn't a fan of it. I understand he probably wasn't aware of it, and if he understood the repercussions of it, he wouldn't have done it. But still, if you're allowed access backstage to record and film, you need to be hyper aware and you need to know what's going on around you and do a little bit of research too. So yeah, for me, I thought the whole situation should have been handled better. There's an argument there to be had that it's also the organisers' fault backstage, where Penta and Neon should have never really have crossed paths. But yeah, for me, the whole situation should have been done with a bit of a clearer headspace, and Neon should have been a little bit more hyper aware around what was around him. How about 1 million likes and I'll order a pizza? Belter Hunter, that'd be class. In my opinion, she's literally the greatest of all time. Seeing her in Manchester next year. Very nice, very nice. I'll be going to that SmackDown in Manchester next year too. I'm guessing that's what you're referring to in January, which I'm really looking forward to. Guys, as well, we have got a very, very, very busy next couple of weekends coming up. Thank you so much for the heart, Mark. I do appreciate it as well. And for the Go Populous Josh, a massive, massive thank you. And for the Lux Cheer, I do massively appreciate that as well, Mark. Hopefully you're all doing well too. Josh, how are we doing, mate? Hopefully you're doing good as well. How are we all doing? But yeah, very, very busy next couple of weeks. So we have got Infinite, the show that I'll be going to here in Liverpool. If you are in the Liverpool or Northwest area, go and check out Infinite Promotions. They are doing a wrestling show on Saturday, which I'll be at, which a vlog will be coming out on the same day, if not the Sunday after the Saturday. And then we'll go into AEW All In at the end of this month. I cannot wait. I can't wait. It's going to be class. JP Sport, do you think maybe a more experienced wrestler steps up like Cass, like Rollins or even McIntyre? They could do, but I can't see someone like Big Cass getting a win over Seth Rollins or Drew. I personally thought Cass was going to be Ober's next challenger, but obviously they haven't gone down that route. So what's the card for All In? It's Ospreay, Kenny, obviously in the main event. Then we've got Edge and Christian, Cope and Christian, taking on the Young Bucks. We have also got not Leon Slater. Who else is taking on Darby Allin? I haven't really checked that out, to be honest with you, much of it. I've tried to keep up with AEW as much as possible, but regardless of if you do or if you don't, the times that I've been to WWE, AEW, the times I've gone to AEW, every single time I've been, the card's absolutely slapped. Apparently McIntyre is returning before Summer Survivor Series. Really? Oh, okay. How are you, the vids? I'm doing well, thank you, TNA Talks. Hopefully you're doing well. Hot take. Eldon Norris report. Undertaker was irrelevant to the Attitude Era. It would have succeeded without him. I sort of agree to some extent. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like obviously his dead man gimmick wouldn't have really worked in the Attitude Era, but yeah, there were so many big names there, wasn't there? KO should win Friday. I feel like General OTC, he's not. I feel like that feud will probably that match will end in a DQ or some form of interference that caused the match to be a no contest. Might be one of the few who's not interested in Roman whatsoever. Darren, I can see it, mate. Believe me, I can definitely see it. I have been very much opposed to the Bloodline storyline since WrestleMania 42. I've never really been a big fan of it. I would have preferred if Roman was going to do this whole run now as a solo star. I would have way preferred that. Even now, by the way, when the Bloodline storyline feels like it's starting to peak, I still prefer Roman to be doing this alone. And there's so many more dream matches I feel like you could do with Roman doing it alone. I feel like the whole Bloodline storyline now is still feeling repetitive. Even with the solo turn, I feel like it's still repetitive. Because now even we're talking about Jacob potentially turned on Roman, which we've done it before. So yeah, I do see where you're coming from with the Roman Reigns fatigue. I really do. And it sort of is and isn't against Roman, meaning that, yes, WWE are booking him that way, but he probably still does have say in how he's booked. I would have just done all this stuff without the Bloodline, I think, at the moment. If you don't mind, could you drop me a follow? Of course! Right, I do apologise. I thought I already did drop you a follow. Right, I'm going to screenshot it. There we go, in the chat. And again, guys, if you're new around here, because I literally don't have access to the actual camera setup there to drop you a follow back instantly, because I've actually flipped it around now. I don't know if you can tell, the camera quality is a little bit better now too. But yeah, if you're new around here, drop us a follow. You get an instant follow back. And believe me, I'll be dropping you a follow straight after this live stream. I do appreciate it. Hot take, in the show stuff, this Raw was the best Bloodline segment since WrestleMania 40. Yes. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. There wasn't anything that got me as excited since WrestleMania 40 with the whole Bloodline storyline compared to that moment with Solo, or there was one promo segment between Jay and Jimmy and Punk ahead of their WrestleMania 42 match. Other than that, yeah, there's been nothing really to talk about regarding the Bloodline over the past 2 years or so. I'm going to AW Wrestle Dream on October 17th in Orlando. Very nice, Hunter. Hunter, let me know. Are you American based? Are you based in the UK? Are you flying over? Let me know too. Right. Guys, drop in your final question or two. We're about to wrap this bad boy up because, yeah, we are heading off to wrestling training tonight. Wrestling with the Wrestler episode 6 coming out tonight as well. But, yeah, I'm loving it at the moment. Absolutely loving it. Darren's put, didn't the Usos turn on Roman before they didn't the Usos turn on Roman before when they both super kicked him? Yes, they did. That's what I mean. We've done all the Bloodline turning on each other stuff before. That's where I feel like it's becoming a little bit tedious. On that note, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're already, go down below, go and drop a follow. Like I said, stay tuned. Wrestling to Wrestler episode 6 is coming out tonight as well. But again, YouTube, if you watch this video on demand, go down below, go and drop a subscribe, drop a like on this live too. It'd be greatly appreciated. TikTok, thank you all so much for the support as well. Again, your input, all the questions, the support has been absolutely class. If you're ready, drop a follow at WrestleVids. I'll see you later. Guys, see you in a bit.